Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gender non-specific, clap your hands, cheer, whoop, click, applaud, spontaneously combust for the Kev!
Calm down, it's new material, don't know if it's any good. Hey. My one heroic flaw that holds me back with the women. I can be endlessly kind and infinitely true, writing down the things I love about you. I can kiss you like you've never been kissed, and help you tick off everything on your sexual bucket list. I can shovel attention on you like coal onto a hearth, and frame a picture of us shaped like a heart. Massage your feet when you've had a bad day, and get on my knees for all the chores that you hate. But all we've really done so far is flirt. There's one thing you don't know about me. Oh, I'm really, really bad. Really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad at talking dirty. I'll be like, I'm gonna tear your tights off with my teeth. My teeth are strong cause I use oral beads. I recommend you start using the same products as me. It'll greatly improve your dental hygiene. And I'm gonna make our nights of passion last long by lecturing you for hours about why Radiohead are great. And I know just how to drive you wild with my tongue by asking you whether you've put on weight. I wanna spend each moment with you from dawn till dark, and every single day we'll go strolling in the park. Hand in hand we'll sit on a bench and feed the pigeons, and I'll tell you you have a face that could launch a religion. We'll attempt everything from a doggy to a 69 until we run out of sexual positions to try. Then we'll try some really strange, really, really strange, really, 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 really strange role plays. How about we go for the Texas cowboy role play? That's when I ride you like a horse at the rodeo. Then all of a sudden I'll shout out your best friend's name and try to hold on like a bucking bronco. And for you I'll try, really, really try, really, 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 really try to talk dirty like a normal guy. I'll be like, I'm gonna make you awfully wet tonight. And I'm not talking about some Waterloo fight. We're gonna stand outside for hours in the rain, in my ex-girlfriend's garden in Wally Range. And I hope I don't get arrested for stalking again. I'd like to announce that on November 11th, I'll be headlining at a massive venue called the Bread Shed, and Daniel is going to be comparing again.
Of course, November 11th is a very significant day in history, and so this next song is about the greatest generation of all, millennials. Think about it, we were the last generation who partly grew up away from screens. We would actually go outside and play proper games, like Cops and Robbers, and Kiss Chase, and Catch the Jew. So, this is called Voice of a Generation.
Millennials, we get pretty vain sometimes. We haven't had it hard as generations gone by. That's not to say we've never faced tribulations. So I'm gonna try my hand at talking about my generation. I was a child of the 80s, I was a child of the 80s. And these are some of the things that helped to shape me. They were innocent times with no smartphones or laptops. We'd gather as a family and watch Rob's cartoons all over the box. It was still pretty cool to be a Morrissey fan. And I assume Lenny Henry was the world's first black man. The PE teacher said he'd make a man of me. Had me thrown in a puddle by the rugby team. He said, Kev, one day this'll make you strong. But all I really noticed were his white shorts and his sandy on. I was a teen in the 90s. I was a teen in the 90s. A period full of memories that still excite me. Computers would scream every time they went online, as if they could foresee what the internet would be like. You could smoke in pubs and visit cockpits on planes, and describe anything you didn't like as being totally gay. Turbulent times for humanity and for men. The whole world discovered the wonders of the drunken text and pioneering ways you could stalk your ex. Everyone was watching Lost and listening to Coldplay, which made me just want to wear orange in Guantanamo Bay. Living through these situations gave me powers of creation, and now I proclaim myself voice of the generation. Living through these situations gave me powers of creation. I came out as pansexual, though I only really like missionary. Of course, that's all. I was satirizing how ignorant we used to be about racial justice. Of course, Lenny Henry wasn't the world's first black man. It was Frank Bruno. But song lyrics in general are not meant to be taken seriously. In fact, song lyrics are generally completely full of shit. Like when Doctor Who once sang, when you're in love with a beautiful woman, you better watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your friends. Let me tell you, even if I were in love with a sea monster, I still wouldn't trust these fuckers. The band Status Quo have kept having lineup changes, especially since Rick Parfitt dies. The hypocrisy is disgusting. This is the first song in history to 100% tell the truth. The future ain't looking too bright. Ignorant armies are fighting somewhere tonight, and things aren't exactly looking promising for you in some sweaty music venue. Nowadays, people love a song, especially a mediocre one, about loving a lover or missing a lover or wanting to have a lover or changing your lover for another. Only a song, only a song can empty your mind and empty your head and help you forget you're a bit of a pleb. Most modern pop songs are buying for fucking morons. Are buying for fucking morons. There's market value in a Jew, as bland as a dentist's waiting room. Approved by teams of hard-nosed marketing experts for you, the meek who won't inherit the earth. Only a song, only a song can empty your mind for an entire night and help you forget your great little life. No one ever went broke. No one ever went broke. Insulting the intelligence of the public. Insulting the intelligence of the public. Me fans are stupid shits. And the men probably have small dicks. And certainly no taste in music. And should piss off to some other gig. Thank you. So now, okay, you guys in the back of the room. So I'm going to play a song of the backing track using the computer, if everything's in order. So, actually, song lyrics have really improved over the decades, because if you take a song that went to #1 in 1955 by Dean Martin, it goes, because obviously the 1950s were a notoriously conservative place. It went one girl, one boy, some grief, some joy. Memories are made of this. And then at the wedding bells, one house where lovers dwell, 3 little kids for the flavour, and finally, one man, one wife, one love through life. Memories are made of this. I mean, it's more like one murder-suicide inspired by a life of quiet desperation in some choking Cheshire suburb. But over time, since then, we've had second and third wave feminism, we've had LGBT inclusivity, so now we have song lyrics to reflect our rainbow of a society. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're fucking with some wet ass pussy. Pop music used to be a young person's game. The best of it would scare the old squares away. If you wanted to be famous around the world, you had to appeal to impressionable teenage girls. Now songs like the one about the wet-ass P-word are clearly aimed at older male nerds, which makes sense because they're the ones with money to spend. and fantasize about getting girls on their end. Modern pop songs say, show me your thought, and shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits and let strange men hear until you turn 25 and you're over the hill. They're the kinds of songs that get the party started and corner the working class wedding market by hiding their creepiness and sexism behind lots of totally unsubtle euphemisms. Like feed the oyster and bring the whale to the coast. Slide the banana and have a lust and thrust roast. Park the meat bus in the fishy face. Take a trip to Pound Town to open the Lady Garden gates. And the lyrics will force you, and the songs will coerce you to shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits and blow some old guy a kiss, even though he looks like he smells like a kiss. Oh my gosh, look at her butt. Oh my gosh, look at her butt. Dear future husband, shut up and dance. Don't want no short dick man. Shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits. Shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits. Shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits. Shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits. Shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits. Shake your butt and wiggle your hips and shake your butt and jiggle your tits. So this next one is a breakup song. It's called Conscious Uncoupling. Because the world owes a lot to Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. Because they show us breakups don't have to be miserable. Breakups can be miserable and pretentious. And they were the modern breakup song is so depressing and so long-winded that hopefully the couples who come to the gig on dates will get so bored that they finally shag each other.
That's what couples go to gigs for.
So you can get laid on it. Your silent face is telling me it's time to consciously uncouple. Pretty soon you'll be dressing for dates and shaving your crotch to stubble. From your lips I've tasted heaven and hell, and I'm used to your textures and smells. So let's be ethical breaker-uppers and have one last sexual supper. A first date's like a job interview, a last is like a leaving party. With sex in all its unhygienic, embarrassing beauty. Like how unhooking a bra is a tiresome vibe killer. And don't get me started on how condoms affect hormones. and the ridiculous flavors of condoms. And when you ask, what's this one? And I say, I haven't got one on. And you say you thought it was cheese and onion. Just like life, sex is often full of toil and graft. And just like life, sex is usually over much too fast. But then sometimes the experience drags, like one of Sting's 3-hour tantric shags, and you can't help glancing at the clock. The only solution is to rock. I sense down below that you're probably starting to burn. So you'll speed up the journey to the point of no return. And since we're having a blast, why don't let me slap your ass? It'll pass away your guilt about being straight, white, and middle class. One drunken night I might text and ask to come over, like some kind of involuntary celibate Casanova. There's no denying we had some bliss, so here's to one more kiss. It'll give me incentive to someday find the clitoris. I think we found desire always dies when it tries to be love. So let's forget for now about the fighting and the painful stuff. We've ridden over so much dirt, and the breakup will continue to hurt. But I'll always think of you every time I speak it. Thanks for that, it fixed my heart like a temporary glue gun. Who knows how long it'll be till either of us gets some. This will occupy pride of place in my memory banks until the day, God willing, I become a dirty old man. What do you know, we've stayed awake and talked the whole night through. God knows I'll keep stubbing my toes on memories of you. I'm pleased to say it wasn't weird or shit or unnecessarily long. In other words, I'm saying it wasn't like this song.
So as a male performer, I'm afraid I'm obliged to perform a bit of a sexist humour. Sorry ladies, I don't write the rules. So this next song is called Cheap Hotel. Obligatory crap sexist joke. My wife asked me to get her something sexy for her birthday. So I got her a secretary.
I'm not normally one for wordplay shy and don't wish to buy, but I guess from since you're not satisfied. You removed his picture from next to your PC. And the other day you showed some cleavage to me. I'd like to tell you over a cup of tea, with a little hand on your knee. It's becoming quite clear that your marriage is far from healthy. So be a good sport and send me a pornographic selfie. And then put on your finest dress, meet me and help me lose my mess. On a sordid night. On a sordid night. Now you're the kind of girl that gets a lot of suitors. I couldn't help but notice when I hacked your computer. We never laid that much eye contact, but believe me, girl, I got your back. The boss has been making creepy advances on you. But he's a 2-minute man, he's hot like a cashew. And Jim from HR's a sexist twat, and Andy from marketing's into scam. Now you just got back from holiday in Alicante, and there's no point letting that beach ball go to waste. So sit in my face for a quarter of an hour, and we'll squeeze into the tiny shower. For a stolen hour at a cheap hotel. 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 You can't hurry up, but you can hurry foreplay. For half an hour at a cheap hotel. 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 I'm really in two minds about whether to perform this next one. It's called It's called Glorious Times, and it's about appreciating what you have, because society through the media inundates you with images of aspiration and things you should want to have. And I think people are making their children miserable by telling them that someday if they just do as they're told, then they can someday be smart and successful and beautiful. Because really, when you go to the Arndale on a Saturday afternoon, I think you'll agree, most of the children you see are stupid and ugly, which is fine. This song is about putting a positive spin on things and appreciating what you have. The first verse is about World War III. The second verse is about soul-destroying jobs. And I apologise for the third verse, really. The less said about that, the better.
Are you from Warrington?
Is that near Liverpool?
Are we living in glorious times? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you read some history, you'll find the past is a foreign country, and one in which you were awfully likely to die violently. The ground beneath our feet contains the solid Waterloo, Gettysburg and Stalingrad, from the sky like snowdrops because of new weapons of war. It'll land on us without pain while we're playing violent video games or watching violent porn. We're living in a glorious age. Believe everything your tech overlords say. I'd love to grow a beard and shout angry poetry about the evils of our society. But being a mindless corporate zombie isn't as bad as some people say. Nestle may break the law, Amazon does shaft the poor, BP spills into the ocean, McDonald's kills our animal cousins. But isn't football oil money great? We're living in a glorious age. Ignore everything environmentalists say. They say the media distracts us with meaningless strife. Like Kanye West and his messy love life. But it's anything but trivial when you think about it. Just look at how hard he tries to re-enter the Austin's side of a slave ship. Oh, we're living in glorious times. Oh, we're living in glorious times. Oh, we're living in glorious times. Oh, we're living.
That's enough. That's enough for Mr. Computer for one night. I used to perform a song called a cover song called "Sucked Off a Bloke." I've removed that from my set. Last August at Academy 3, I played a song called "Romance Tonight" about murdering a homeless guy in the park. It was a love song about owning the libs. This is a 100% brand new song. Never even. I've never even uploaded this.
The blue one.
This is another brand new love song. Called 1,000 Years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. I will love you for 1,000 years. For 20 years I'll save and buy a place where we both can live. In 100 years the value will appreciate to about 12 million quid. I will become a pair of cold-hearted property-owning Tories who always say no when kids ask, can we have our ball back, please? We'll gather as a family every Christmas like our ancestors did.
will cook for all 300 of our great-great-great-grandkids. And you'll say, pass me the turkey with cranberry sauce on it. I'll say, turkeys went extinct the last century, you senile, saggy old bitch. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. I will love you for 1,000 years. Society will move beyond old stick-in-the-mud values. So we'll be able to keep things interesting in the bedroom. Though at age 500 your bum starts to get a bit droopy. And I get shot in the crotch during World War 17. Medical technology will continue to help humanity. And conditions like erectile dysfunction will be consigned to history. So I'll always keep you satisfied and happy. As I lift up your rolls of flap and pull down your adult nappy. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. I will love you for 1,000 years. Feminism and the Me Too movement could be taken too far. Consensual sex with your own wife could be against the law. And they'll jail me in a cell with a giant black man named Levi, who asked me to suck him off about 10 times a night. 10 times a night.
Did you do it?
10 times a night. Sucking off a bloke named Levi. 10 times a night.
This next one is about inspiration. I got the inspiration when reading inspirational quotes from my least inspirational Facebook friends. It's about those, motivational speeches that you used to have to sit through at the most unethical company you ever worked for. And I've always wanted to get into that. I've always wanted to get into the self-help book racket. So I've been
Dennis
thinking.
is a sellout.
Yeah, Dennis is a sellout.
Oh,
See?
Well, but don't get me started on you, Liam.
It's not my name.
So I've been thinking of my own line of motivational books like Quitters Never Win, Winners Never Quit, How to Maintain Your Cocaine Addiction. Or Train Hard, Get Fit and Die of a Heart Attack. It's not that funny, but it is inspirational.
If you've been paying attention, you'll know the world's going in a bad direction. Boneheaded books about positive psychology are just about the only growth industry. Some say the world will be a better place if you just learn to smile more and look happy. If you're like me, this'll make you feel not so much annoyed as violently stabby. Still I believe, that the stains you see on public toilet walls are messages from aliens saying it's gonna be alright. And the stains you left on the sheets of that cheap hotel were a baby Hitler who never scored a line. I Everywhere I see nauseatingly happy couples with pet names for each other who think it's cute when their partners snore. The kinds of people who encourage each other at the gym, play board games together, and don't even need a lock for the bathroom door. When they look at me, they tilt their heads and frown and say not to worry, there's someone out there for me. And I believe that beyond the sea, behind a waterfall in a forgotten forest, I'll finally find a place to have a wank in peace. I believe. That all the flirts that you didn't quite score will come back and give you one chance more. Your sexual dreams will all come to pass because thankfully you're an unimaginative ass, and all your enemies will get their comeuppance just as you're achieving penetration of the tuppence. And that couple with a happy sickly smile will have a mishap during a 69. I believe, and that's why they won't publish a self-help book by me. Actually, we have more time than I expected, so I could go off script and play one of the old classics like self-doubt or self-doubt.
I don't
Fuck that. Like self-doubt or truth.
Say something Chinese.
It makes me become. I've never played a self-doubt at a headline gig before, so here goes. This is a song about being a tortured soul. I have been known to brag about one-night stands. I know the names of all the luxury brands. I wear these brands on every night out. This fills me up with self-doubt. I have a t-shirt saying this is what a feminist looks like. When ordering IPAs, I try before I buy. Sorry, Dennis. In summertime, I wear a woolly hat. Am I, oh, am I a twat? I have a tattoo of a meaningless Chinese phrase. I spent my bonus for a personalized number plate. I go on stag weekends because I'm all about the banter. Am I a wanker? I spend hours contemplating my next haircut.
That's not
I start sentences with "I'm not racist, but." In meetings I say I'm tough cause my standards are high. I say if Chris Rock can use the N-word, then so can I. To impress all the neighbors, I had my children christened. Since I grew biceps, I've been tempted to kiss them. I've been truthful, so please be truthful back. Am I or am I a twat? To get sentimental momentarily, when I tentatively started to get involved in the Manchester's live music scene in spring 2019, my confidence was at rock bottom. I was an underemployed single male in my mid-30s who lived alone. So in other words, I was a perfect candidate to be a suspected public masturbator. And, I'm still all of those things. However, I'm now all of those things, but with a hobby. So, after all the cynicism, here's a joyful one. Sometimes I feel I'm gonna cry. How does one survive these times when originality is a mortal sin and creativity's career threatening? Someday I might get a break and achieve fortune and fame. I'd be a champagne socialist who evades taxes. In other words, I won't change a bit. Sometimes a song can empty your mind in a positive way and make the whole world drift away. Pop when it's done right. Pop when it's done right. It's transcendentally tried. It's transcendentally tried. Music's meant to drive us mental, but don't go calling it sentimental. Sentimental means exaggerated feeling, and you can't exaggerate this feeling now. It's time to embrace all the cliches and empty your mind. Lay down to the void and get up and down and ignore the killjoy So drown them out with some noise. So drown them out with some noise. So drown them out with some noise. So let's try the guest set. As always, I'd like to finish off with a pop cover. I happen to have been practicing this one this past couple of weeks, and I think you all know the words, especially the chorus. So give it a go. I call you when I need you. My heart is on fire. Come to me, wild and wide. When you come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. You speak the language of love like you know what it means. Oh, it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong. You simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Don't tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. I see your eyes in the stars every night and every day. In your eyes I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Don't tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I am alone. Oh, baby, don't let go. Small things, true care, true thrills. I'll take one lift, your run, a trip. Always, I know you'll be on my show. Watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me. Late night, come home, work sucks, I know. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprised you let me know she cares. Say it is so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me. me home. Keep your head still, I'll be your thrill. The night will go on, the night will go on, the night will go on. My little windmill. Very, very last one. This bed is on fire with passion and love. The neighbors complain about the music is low, but she only comes when she's on top. My therapist said not to see you anymore. She said you're like a disease without any cure. I said so upset I'm coming along. I think you're so pretty. Inside the tail, slam the fingers in the door, for the kitchen knives are steward. Touch me up in women's clothes, messed around with gender roles. Our eyes and call me blue. Look out of the house, on the roof next door. I loved you, and you built a hole in the wall. I found you sleeping next to me, I thought I was alone. You're driving me crazy, whether you're coming home. Thanks for coming, and to Richie, to Christy on sound, who else do we have? Dan for hosting, Bob Halford, the other Ray, and Breeze for capturing it on camera.
Oh, come on, Noy! You are better than that! The kids! No. 1, 2, 3. The kids!
See you all at a cheap hotel.
I'll be with Kevin and Travelers. No.